Are you ready to have your socks blown off by the results of Blackburn Rovers in the Premiership in 2025? Thought so. Let's see how we get on. So, in the last episode, we left it at the Crystal Palace game where we had a lovely little September start to the season, and I played through October pretty much, and some of the results are mental. We smashed Chelsea 4-1, and I literally mean we smashed them. The stats are ridiculous. Chelsea just weren't up to it in the slightest. We capitalised on that, and we're away from home as well at Stamford Bridge, beaten 4-1. In the league against West Ham, remember, double header against West Ham in October. In the league, 1-1 draw. We scored, they scored, and then the game was settled at that. It was pretty boring afterwards, so we take a point from that, no problems. We got beat by Leeds 8-3. Honestly, I'm pretty sure they just turned up ultra attacking. They just turned up ultra attacking and they just went for it. And we couldn't do a thing about it. Nothing at all. How do we come away scoring 3 goals but conceding 8 and losing the game? But we've got West Ham playing the Carabao Cup, which is one we're going to play through first. And then we've got a bit of a November where I think we could pick some good amount of points up here. So as it stands, obviously, we're into October, but Wolves are sat in 5th, Everton sat in 8th, and I think the double points are coming here. Fulham in 19th and Middlesbrough in 20th. So let's play West Ham in the Carabao Cup and see if we can get through and have a little cup run there. Let's go through the Wolves and Everton games and hope we get something. You know, Everton at home, maybe we'll get a draw from that. Wolves away, maybe we'll get a win at Everton. Everton coming to us. Maybe we'll get a draw from Wolves. Who knows? Them two are the ones that are probably going to be difficult. Fulham and Middlesbrough, I'm expecting 6 points. Don't care. I expect 6 points. So let's play that through. We'll get all the way through this. End of this episode, we'll be into December already. And just peeking ahead, this is a couple of weeks ahead yet, but peeking ahead, I mean 2, 4, 6, 7 games in December. That is going to be a frantic month. Let's not focus on that yet. We've got West Ham in the Carabao Cup. That's where we'll be playing our next game. Nothing too much else to update on. Obviously, the transfer window's slammed shut now. Scouts will be out in the next week or two to start looking at players with 6 months left on their contract, so we can pick them up on the free for next year. If there is a next year, who knows what's going to happen? Let's get through this season first, probably. But it's looking more positive. We're sat in 11th. We've got 15 points. We're playing well. We've got great depth in the squad now. Good rotation happening. I mean, it's only Tyrese Dolan who's not played a game at all yet, and that really is just because he was injured pre-season. Everyone else has been able to get in the squad and have a couple of chances at proving their worth. Let's do it then. Carabao Cup. Do you reckon we can lift it? Only one way to find out. Out onto the pitch we go. So let's see how this one takes us. Obviously, Carabao Cup, it is important. We want to please the board, and a little cup run would be nice for someone like Blackburn Rovers, especially now. We're 4 seasons into this. We should start pushing on a little bit, really. But it seems like West Ham have taken the game by the scruff of the neck at the minute with 3 shots on target, 27 minutes into the game. We've got 75% possession though. Olga gets tackled by Zuma there. Puts one in, Martin clears. Macias tries a run here. Passes wide to Gelhardt, nicely done. Gelhardt finds Rico Lewis, makes his way down the right-hand wing, gives it Gelhardt, overlaps, crosses it in, he deflects, Bolger, get in! Nicely worked there. Great play down the right-hand side. Rico Lewis and Joe Gelhardt combining. We're going to half-time 1-0, but that's all that matters, doesn't it? You can have your 3 shots and your 8 shots, but if you take your chances like we have, we get a result. How we're having 70% possession that only had 1 shot on target seems quite interesting. A bit worrying, actually. 80 minutes have gone so far, so I'm just going to make some tactical substitutions. 10 mins, but it should be fine. Let's praise the team. 5 minutes left of this game to go. Seems relatively a bit of a boring one, to be honest with you, unless West Ham can do something at the depth here. He's surely offside there, isn't he? Yeah, I thought so. So West Ham tried to do something. Gets himself offside after the cross. We have a corner here from Coutinho. Whips it in. Nothing happens. Can he whip it in again? He cuts in. He cuts in. He finds it in the bottom corner. Well, Coutinho, we may have signed a 33-year-old on £55,000 a week, but if he pops up and gives us goals like that, it is totally worth it. Have we took a victory here? Yes, we have. Full-time in the Carabao Cup, 4th round, 2-0, which means we go into the 5th round. Very convincing there. Could have got a couple more shots away. That would have been nice. But the possession was ridiculous. So for us now, it's going to be the 2 games against Wolves and Everton, which we're going to play through, because I think the more important games that we'll need to win. I mean, we need to win every game, but the ones that I think will pick up results are Fulham and Middlesbrough. So I'm going to play the Wolves and Everton games through now and see how we get on. So the Carabao Cup draw was done just before our Wolves game, and we pull out Tottenham away from home. So that is a difficult draw. We could have had something easier, but we beat Tottenham this year. Yes, it was 1-0. Yes, it was at the start of the season when maybe people were a little bit rusty away from the team on internationals and stuff like that. But there's no excuse for us. We won it 1-0. We'll play them in the Carabao Cup and I think we'll be a stronger side by the time the Carabao Cup comes around as well. And look at this for a little omen. The last time we played Tottenham in the Carabao Cup was in 2002 and we won the trophy in 2002. Could history about to be repeating itself? Probably not, but I'll find out. Our record signing, or Jose Juan Macias, has picked up Player of the Month for October, which is so good. We thought, well, I thought I'd messed up here and gambled so much money on him, but the dividends are starting to pay out already. He played 3 in October, scored 5, an average rate of 8.3. Now he's 26 years old. Remember, we've got him £110,000 a week. That is the highest I've ever paid a player so far in this Blackburn Rovers save. He is signed for 80 million, but could go up to 33 million. Played 12 this season so far, scored 9. They've all come in the league. Average rating of 7.51 in the league, actually, so pretty decent. Hopefully more of these to come from Macias. And let's hope he bags in the next game against Wolves. So I have had the weirdest 3 days. We lost our game, unfortunately, against Wolves 4-2. Pretty decent game, to be fair, but Wolves absolutely battered us. I'm pretty sure they finished the game with an XG of 6.9, so they were on it. Then we had a couple of emails fly in. Beljo has handed in a transfer request because he doesn't think he's good enough to be at Blackburn Rovers. As in, he thinks he's not good enough to play for us. He thinks he's rubbish. Like, what do you say to that? See you later. Scott Wharton turns up at the door as well. He wants a new challenge somewhere else. What? I had a quick chat to him. He was happy to stay at the club as a backup, but the next day, Callum Britton turns up. He don't want to play here anymore because he's not being started. So he wants a loan elsewhere, so we've had to agree to loan Callum Britton out in January when the time comes. And then Bruma turns up and says he's not getting the playing time that he requires and he wants to leave the club as well. So now he's handed in a transfer request. So in the space here of 3.5 hours, I've had Beljo, Wharton, Britton and Bruma asked to leave the club off the back of a 4-2 defeat against Wolves, 2 months out from the transfer window. I hope this is the end of it for now because it's absolutely, well, it's going to ruin the dynamic of the squad, really, to be honest with you. So we'll service their needs and we'll get out who we have to get out. Possibly we'll be able to bring some loans in. Beljo's one I'm pretty gutted about, to be honest with you, because to be fair to Wharton, who is actually staying, but Wharton and Britton, we knew they was going to be back up this year and could leave, so we could replace them with some younger talent coming in behind them. But Beljo, I did think he could do something eventually. So we're about to play that Monday night game against Fulham. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. Our last game against Everton, we sneaked through with a little 1-0 win. They picked up a red card in the 66th minute. Fred getting sent off for 2 yellow card offences in 2 minutes. Fairly unlucky there, but we pick up a win. Nothing else has happened in the squad. No one's told me they want to leave yet, which is always pleasing, to be honest with you. I think we're just getting straight into it. We've got this Fulham game. We've got the Middlesbrough game next. I mean, we're 11th in the table, 18 points, 2 wins here, 24 points. It puts us, in good contention up the league. And that's what I'm hoping for. Back-to-back in these games, straight away. Fulham straight into Middlesbrough. No major changes to the team needed for the first game, but let's see what it looks like when we play Middlesbrough. Okay then, so game kicks off against Fulham. We're away from home, we're at Craven Cottage. It's a Monday night game. We'll really want to get something out of it. We have to get something out of it. It's simple as that. We have to win. But it doesn't start off well as Iheanacho gets... It's offside, but Iheanacho had a free run at goal there. Nobody pressing here, which is a bit of a shame. We forced them to go back to the goalkeeper, back to Leno, but You'd like it if... Oh. Okay, we'll go to our goalkeeper. Phillips turns, plays a good ball to Lewis. Dele Alli gets it out of his feet. Wharton, nice ball there to Sirkin. He's run down. He'll have some support here. Gone for the odd support. Lewis into Gelhardt. Passes to nobody. And it's cleared long. Oh no, Williams passes it to Iheanacho. Okay, we're 1-0 down. Williams has had a nightmare there. Oh, come on now. You've got to be winning that tackle. Fulham, how have they kept the ball in that position? Oh, that's a heavy touch. Put pressure on that. It's played down the left-hand side. Good cross in. Iheanacho scored. Hold on, as the referee calling this offside. I couldn't tell. That's why we have VAR. I disallowed it. Okay. We get a reprieval. Corner from Wharton. Oh! Oh, it's a penalty. I thought so. I thought Williams had backheeled that. I thought he backheeled it, but let's have a look. Penalty awarded, so we get a penalty. Let's have a see. Dele to take. He's skied over the bar. Oh dear. Adam Wharton with a corner. I think I kind of know where this game's going. It's 1-0 down at half-time. We've missed a penalty to get back in it. Cabral's on the left-hand side. He cuts inside, gives it to Sirkin. Bit of a wasted ball, but... Oh, Macias. Oh, my God. Leno saves Fulham again. Let's demand more from these boys. 50 minutes to go. We've got to salvage at least a draw. I mean, at the minimum, we've got to salvage a draw with the instructions. I cannot believe... I can't believe we've lost this game. So, losing that game is just so frustrating. It would have put us 10th if we won that game above West Ham. It allows Fulham to get out of the relegation places. That's so much of a wasted opportunity. That next game's Middlesbrough 5 days. I'm just going to go straight through to it and we'll back-to-back these games and we need 3 points and a big comeback. Right, so we'll be hoping for a little bit more luck against Middlesbrough than we had against Fulham. Pretty much unchanged side. Looks like Cabral and Sirkin are starting not to work together very well, which isn't good news. Hopefully they sort that out as they play together a little bit more. Here we go. As we take kick-off, Macias gets us underway and Adam Wharton already messing about on the ball. Sirkin knocks it inside to Wharton. Oh, Cabral, bit of skill there. Long-range shot. Ooh. Cabral with a little bit of skill. What's happening here? It's a free kick right at the edge here. Surely we're going to get a shot on target at least. Whips it in. It's in. It's in the back of the net. We wanted a shot on target and we got a little bit better and got a goal. And what a free kick that is. 1-0 up, 17 minutes in. It's Cabral again. He's been a really good signing. Remember, we signed him for free. Quite high wages. I think he's on about 50k wages, but does seem to be a good header there from Phillips just wide of the post, but does seem to be putting in the work to justify that wage. Going half-time, 1-0 up. Just kind of letting them have it in the defensive area. We're not pushing too much, keeping the shape. They played a crossfield ball here to Lazaro, running down the right wing. Good touch that he's just taken away from the defender. He's played it inside. Gineppo fires over the bar, but that was better play from Middlesbrough. We need to watch out for that. 85 minutes now, just starting to wind it down a little bit. Have we got a 1-0 win in us? So going to injury time, and there we go. Full time comes. It's a 1-0 win. Yes, it's not amazing. It should have been a lot better, but we pick up another 3 points, which puts us 10th in the league. And to be honest with you, we're not that far away from just pushing. We're on the cusp here of this 7th and 8th battle, really. But we're nowhere near relegation. I mean, I don't think we're too far away from as many points we picked up last season. I think we got 31 points last season. And we're halfway through this season, not even halfway through yet. So with that win, there's no better place to end it than there on a high. This month in November, we pick up 2 losses. And the really, really annoying one is this one against Fulham, where we battered them. but it's a loss and we have to get over it, which we did with a win against Middlesbrough, and we also picked up a win against Everton. The goals just starting to dry up a little bit recently. Only 2 1-0 wins. I mean, a win is a win, but we had been scoring, 4 here. We scored 3 in a defeat there, 2 in the cup there. So, we would like a little bit more. We did also get through to the quarterfinals of the cup where we'll play Tottenham, and that'll be in the next episode. Make sure you check that one out. In the league, we are sat 10th at the minute on 21 points. We're going on a really good run. I think we could be, we was only asked by the board to avoid relegation, and we are very much doing that, which is making me and the board happy, and hopefully it's making you happy watching these videos. Cheers for checking them out. Make sure you drop in likes and subscribe to the channel if you've stuck this far with us. Wait till next episode where we'll see if we can beat Tottenham and go through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Cheers for checking it out. Nice one.